What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Laugh and Death Podcast. I'm your host, Fernie.
What's up? I'm Alex.
And I'm Dave.
Dave. Fuck, I don't know why I said that.
Fuck it. Just keep going. Fuck it. Right?
Today we're going to talk about Disney Plus. Talk about a little bit about Mindhunter, Eva Longoria's new directorial debut. I think it's their debut movie with them Hachitos.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about Hurricane Dorian. We're talking about Movie Club, with the $1 billion movie club. And
a little bit about the Joker too. I want to talk about that a little bit because I've been looking at ratings too. So
yeah, those are going to be our topics for today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Laugh and Death Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Laugh and Death Podcast as well. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, wherever you get your podcast. We're there. Listen to us. Hit us a subscribe, comment on everything. Let us know how we did. If you have any suggestions for topics or anything, just let us know as well. So yeah, let's get on to our first topic, which is was it doing the movie club?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All right. So my topic came from a headline that I had read earlier, I think last week. It was about the 42 movies that have broken $1 billion.
$42 billion.
Yeah. No, 42 movies that have broken.
Well, I guess that's right. But like $42 billion in just the movies. I'm pretty sure there's more than that in the movie industry itself. But 42 movies at over $1 billion. That seems a little too crazy for me.
And surprisingly enough, majority of them are Disney properties. And I was pretty surprised when I was reviewing this list. But I thought it'd be kind of funny. We went through the 42 movies and talked about, oh yeah, I've seen this one. I haven't seen this one. And then we can go ahead and talk a little bit about each movie if you have or have not seen it. And then I'm pretty curious to see who's seen the most and who has seen the least. Right now I'm going to go on a limb and say Fernie's seen the most and you've seen the least, Alex.
Okay.
And then also but the rules are that you had to have seen it in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it had to have pulled you to the theater to watch it. So
that's something else entirely.
I'm the pirate king when it comes to movies.
Fuck, I shouldn't have put that back. So who do you think has seen the most?
I want to say you. I want to say least for me. Alex is kind of like a wild card for me because I don't know how he is with movies.
Alex doesn't pay for shit. He doesn't play video games.
You guys were talking about Jay and Silent Bob earlier, and I'm pretty sure that's not on the list, but that's movies where I haven't just even touched.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe David because if you're saying the whole rule of in the theater, I don't know how far these movies range back or but because a lot of me too, a lot of my shit's illegally downloaded.
All of it's been in the last 10 to 15 years, except for one that came out in 1993. Which can you guess which one that was?
The Lion King.
No.
Oh,
that just came out, bro. What are you talking about? No, which was that? 1993.
All right, that was Jurassic Park. And now my fucking notes press, of course.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
Fucking Apple.
I feel like David though might be the one who seen the most.
yeah, we can cut this.
But if we take that rule out, shit, I think maybe Fernie, because he is the pirate king. Because he pirated movies, but I pirated porn.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to it. So at number 42 that just barely broke $1 billion was The Dark Knight. That's the one with Heath Ledger. I honestly believe they wouldn't have made it over $1 billion had he not died.
Yeah,
I think there was a lot of fascination around his death that people were like, "Oh, it consumed him," or what? I think is that the right word?
Yeah, consumed
him. There you go.
Yeah, same thing.
I don't think it's a word, but yeah, it consumed him, and he got too into his character, and he was on those Michael Jackson sleeping pills that he never. I guess he died of OD, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dark Knight. I saw it. I thought it was great. I saw it in theaters. Did you all see it?
Yeah.
You saw it in theaters. Very cool. The next one is the live-action film of Aladdin, which just came out recently.
What, that made $1 billion already?
Barely broke $1 billion, yeah.
Never saw that one. No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Haven't seen it in theater, so that's
But you've seen
one
it?
that gets me. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
And next up, we have The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. I have not seen that one. I have not seen any of the Hobbit movies in theaters.
I've seen one of the Hobbit movies. There's 3 of them, right?
Yes.
I think I've only seen the 3rd one.
No,
The
I
last
haven't-
one,
I
the
haven't seen
Sog one.
Okay, I've only
With
seen
the
the last
dragon?
one, so I haven't seen that first one.
I haven't seen it. So, yeah, that's one against me. The next one is the live action, Disney's live action of The Lion King. That one broke $1 billion also.
I saw it, yeah.
That's all within the last like 6 months, 3 months. So, right now I only have one of these 30.
Lion King, you didn't see it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm 2, baby.
What the fuck?
It's
Wild
just
card.
those live action ones, man.
One that I saw at my house, I
not a
rented it
theater,
on
though.
iTunes. I know, so I'm not going to get credit for it. It's Zootopia. That one broke $1 billion. It's about that little fox who has to partner with a bunny, and it's about racism and the animal
shit.
team. It's like super.
It was actually a pretty good movie. I
don't
saw
think
it.
I
I
saw
saw it on Netflix or something, but yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
see that one.
Next one at 37 was Alice in Wonderland. That's the live action one with
Johnny Depp?
Not Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was.
Yeah, he
Was
was in
it?
Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Okay, then now that one because it had to do with Tim Burton, not Tim Burton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Tim
it
Burton
was- I
and
think
his
it was.
wife.
I didn't see that one.
This is before the whole divorce thing. At number 36 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That one broke $1 billion as well. I saw that one in theater, so that's 2 for me.
That's the. I mean, in the order of our Star Wars, that's the first one, right?
Episode 1. That was
Episode 1,
That was the
like-
redos in like the early 2000s.
Yeah. Okay, I did see that one.
That's
actually.
with Darth Maul, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did see that one.
I saw that one in theater. That was fucking
Oh, I did.
amazing.
I was. We went on a field trip for that movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was that one or one of the sequel, but I'm not that one 'cause they're all the same.
Yeah.
So I saw all
That's
the
the
Star
only
Wars
one I've
movies.
seen, actually.
I've seen them
I think it
all
was.
separate.
Yeah. I think it was that one because of Darth Maul.
Yeah, good. Number 35 is Finding Dory. I did not see
I
that
saw
in
it.
theaters.
Yeah, I did too.
That shit was fire, bro.
It was great. I saw it
So you
recently.
got lost again, dude.
at the
It
house.
fucking sucks.
This one is the movie from 1983. It's Jurassic Park. I did see this one in theaters. Were you even born, Alex?
Nope.
No, I was just a
born
wee
in
lad.
1994.
I was just a wee lad. I was
What year were you born?
1994.
Oh my god! I saw. I saw that. I saw
He was
that Jurassic
34
Park.
in 1994.
Holy
Fuck
shit.
you,
dude.
asshole. I'm not even 34 now.
Not even 34 now.
So I have 3. The third one is Despicable Me. I pretty much figured all these kids movies.
Wait, which part?
3. Despicable Me 3.
Oh, Despicable Me. I only saw the first
I
one.
figured
just
you
saw
would
that.
have seen it with your little sister.
I mean, I saw it at home, but not in theaters. I don't think my sister was born yet, or she was just like too little to go watch it.
That's great. So I just have 3 out of the last 9. Number 32 is one recently that I had saw in theaters in IMAX. Spider-Man: Far From Home. That one broke $1 billion.
Hell yeah.
So I have credit for
I
that one.
still haven't seen it, dude.
Dude, it's so good. The extended version's out, and I want to go see it. It's at IMAX right now.
Let's go.
It's like an extra 15 to 20 minutes of actual footage. Um,
Watch it in 3D IMAX. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's fucking.
3D
Oh, I haven't seen
IMAX?
it.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in 3D.
3D IMAX VR, right? Soon enough.
What is it that box one? The D box?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking cool. I'm gonna have to
Or
go.
the deprivation
check
IMAX. You're in the deprivation tank and Joe Rogan's hosting the whole thing. I don't know.
There's a few of these that are on this list that I have not seen a single one in theaters, and I already, for a fact, I haven't seen any of these. Is the Pirates of the Caribbean
Which one?
movies? All of them are on here. So
Oh, shit, I've seen
the
them all.
first one, the one that made the least amount of money, is On Stranger Tides, which came out in 2011.
I've seen
But those
one
are
of
all
them.
billion-dollar movies?
All of them, every single one of
So
them.
do they
There's
each
5 of
count
them.
as separate movies?
Yes,
5 of them?
yes.
So what you're saying is Johnny Depp is a moneymaker.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pirates? 5 there. Because I've seen them fucking all.
X5.
In theaters.
The next one at number 30 is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. I did see that in
hell
theaters.
Yeah, that's
Me
a
and-
great ass movie.
Oh yeah, fucking awesome. Funny story is that the guy who co-wrote this is actually on Kind of Funny. He's one of their part-timers. Gary Whitta.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. He also wrote Book of Eli, which is not on here though.
Oh, that's a good. We were talking about that movie a while back.
Number 29, he wrote single-handedly wrote that movie.
The Book of Eli?
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 29 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. I have not seen any of these, so
Well, that was all. That's still part of the same 5, right?
Yeah.
Just 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Which I can't wait. I know we're gonna talk about Disney Plus later, but once these all come to Disney Plus, I'm gonna fucking binge them all. I can't wait for that shit.
The last one was it.
I wonder how many Fast and Furious movies are in here, so we'll find out.
You'll be surprised. Number 28 is Toy Story 3, another movie that just came on the last 3 or 4 months. I have not seen that movie.
It's so good. Oh wait, there's 3, right?
There's 4.
So Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's still good.
The last one that came out is Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 is where the kids in the Ken, right? And the Ken doll shit.
I don't think it's on here. Toy Story 4 is not on here. So Toy Story 3
I saw Toy Story 3 for sure. The other Toy Stories.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is number 27, The Dark Knight Rises. I did see that one in theater, so that's 6 for me.
Oh, Bane. Is that Bane, right? Yeah.
The Fire Rises.
Yeah, I didn't see it in theaters.
You didn't see it?
Mm-hmm. I've seen it, but I didn't see it.
I
saw it
gave
a
you
few
permission to die.
Another one that is on another series that's on here that I've only seen 2 of in theaters is the Transformers movies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Majority of them are on this list. Which this one is the least that made the least amount. It was Age of Extinction, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
This is the dinosaur one. Yeah.
Yes, it came out in 2014 with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah. I didn't see any of the Mark Wahlberg ones.
I think I was working in the movie theater at that time, and I would watch like the same. I watched it all, so I get a point. But I think every time I do my walkthroughs, I would watch the same sequence. Like,
forget about that. You worked in a movie theater, you son of a bitch. You should probably seen majority of these.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I've never seen a single 007 movie, but the next movie is Skyfall, which is
that was
one of the
good.
James Bond movies.
Actually, that wasn't that good, but it was okay for 007.
Bond. James Bond.
Another movie that is on this list that I've seen all of them is the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original one. So Return of the King. I saw that one in theaters like 8 or 9 times.
Yeah, I didn't see them in theaters. I've seen them though.
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen any of those. They don't interest me. I don't know. Even though I think it's kind of like the same like Game of Thronesy, just like
wizardry and like magic and
Harry Potter like type aesthetic. It just doesn't attract me. I don't know why.
I was like, I needed to wait on it because like after the big disappointment for me, that was episode like season 8 of Game of Thrones. Like I was like, I need a fix of something medieval, and I need good storytelling. So I was like, I'm gonna binge all the Lord of the Rings movies on iTunes because they have them in 4K. But I could not convince myself to pay $69 for it, and I didn't want to pay $5 or $6 each movie to rent it.
Speaking of Clerks 2, one ring to rule them all. I've seen Clerks 2.
There's only one return, and it's not Return of the King. It's of the Jedi. Cool. So the next one is number 23, Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I have not seen that one.
Dark Side of the Moon, isn't it?
Dark Side of the Moon, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I have not. Did you see it?
No.
Dude, that was trippy.
Sorry. Okay, cool. Another one that I think we all went to go see, but I think I fell asleep in. Captain Marvel.
Yep.
That one broke $1 billion. I did see that one, so that's.
I think it just barely crossed $1 billion too. Like
the threshold, it's like at 1.2 billion or something.
Yeah.
Number 21, Aquaman. I did not see it. I was supposed to go on a date with Robert, but he went to go watch it without me. It never messaged me.
Great, because it's bad.
He said it was really good.
Oh no, it's bad.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Yeah, especially the villain.
Drogo, dude.
Khal Drogo. What? Any other input on Aquaman?
Amber Heard is hot, but she's abusive. She abused Johnny Depp. She's canceled in my book, even though she's hot.
She's canceled. That's good.
All right, now we're in the top 20 of the $1 billion movies. This one at number 20 is Captain America: Civil War. I did not watch that in theaters.
Wow. Yep.
You saw that one? Mm-hmm. Number 19, Minions.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, none of the Minions movies. I could have sworn I'm like, Freddie's gonna watch all these kid movies because of his sister.
Nah,
because I know you like going to the movies with them.
Because he's an intellectual. He would just watch them on his own motive.
I mean, I take the older one from both of them. So the little one doesn't like me, so she doesn't like go anywhere with me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she hates me.
I'm sure that's not true. But
no, like sorry. The other day I was getting ready to work, we're getting ready to go to work. She's like, "You gonna work?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What do you mean, yeah?" She's like, "Cause you're leaving." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
More crab legs for me, she said.
She's gonna eat all the crab. Yeah. Number 18, Iron Man 3. I did not watch this one. I only saw 1 and 2 in theaters.
Iron Man. I think I've seen all the Iron Man.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Number 17, The Fate of the Furious, The Fast and the Furious 8.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I didn't see
You've
that
seen
shit.
it? I haven't seen any of these fucking Fast and the Furious movies. This one's one of a few that are on here. Number 16, another one that I haven't seen is Incredibles
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
2. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Incredibles 2?
Incredibles
Yeah, I
2.
saw that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Fuck. I'm going to lose this. Number 15 is the live action reiteration of Beauty and the Beast by
yeah.
Disney.
It was good.
Yeah, I saw that one. So that I get credit for that.
That one was crazy, dude. It was awesome.
I fucking loved it. I didn't like Gaston, but I liked everything else about it.
I like the music about Gaston and the people, like that. Those musicals there.
Yeah.
Those numbers, those were dope. No one looks like Gaston. None like Gaston.
Fucking love that. That's like my favorite, one of my favorite Disney songs. Number 14 is Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that one in theaters. So I
Saw
got
it
credit for
with my knees. And
David
then I
just
saw it
went by
plenty
himself.
of times afterwards.
that. Number 13
Hey man,
is
just let it go.
the one of the newer movies that just came out is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
I don't
That's the
know.
one with Chris Pratt, the first one when they redid it.
Oh yeah. Me
I
and my
saw
girl
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one, yeah. I thought it was the second one. The second one was okay.
Number 12, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I did see that one.
I saw it on IMAX. That was my first IMAX movie, I think.
Ever?
Not ever, but like since I can like remember. Because I think the last one it was like a school field trip or something. You know, just
Did you climax? I'm sorry.
yeah, climax and IMAX. There's a reason those floors are sticky, dog.
Oh shit.
God damn
The
it.
butter.
Number 11 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
I did see that in theaters several times. Number 10 is Black Panther. I saw that one as well.
Yep.
That one was great. Best villain in the in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in my opinion. I think Thanos is cool, but they just didn't flesh him out enough.
You didn't like the Iron Man 3 one? The what is it called? The Mandarin?
No. I hated the Mandarin.
Yeah, me too.
It was a big fucking flop. And then the fact, the way Iron Man 3 ended with Gwyneth Paltrow
She's the villain in that movie.
superpowers, and she's also like, it was fucking stupid. I was fucking dumb. All right, moving on. Number 9 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. I did not see that in theaters. I thought, oh man, I felt really confident now, thinking like I had seen majority of
All the
movies.
Avengers I definitely saw in theaters.
Yeah, basically every Marvel movie since Avengers, the first Avengers, I've seen in theaters.
So I never saw them in theaters, but I did see them. I have seen them all because I did that whole like
It's the
20
only way
movies
to
in
see
20
them, dude.
weeks
I mean,
thing.
if
Did you all do that
No,
for Infinity War? Or yeah, for Infinity War? 20 movies in 20 weeks? No. Furious 7 is number 8. I did not see that one. That was the one that I think wouldn't have done as well as it did if Paul Walker hadn't died. Because these fucking movies are garbage. And
Yeah.
I strongly...
oh yeah, but they're still so good because they're so bad.
It's
I mean, it's not okay. To the defense, all the action sequences are great, so that's the only way I can like excuse how bad they are. Because all the action sequences are good.
I never gave them a shot. Ever since they became like superheroes after like...
yeah, because I only went from Too Fast, Too Furious and Tokyo Drift, and that's all I saw.
Yeah, Fast 5 is when they became superheroes and it became like a joke. They're
Yeah.
just making fun of themselves and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't like any
Too
of that
Fast,
shit.
like up to Tokyo Drift, it was street racing. You know, it was just street racing cars.
I
That's
fucking
it.
love that. That was my favorite part.
What's DK mean?
Donkey
Donkey Kong. Oh, I spit. It means Drift King. No, sorry.
That's like the worst impressions ever. Back to back. Number 7 is The Avengers. Yes, I did see this one in theaters. That was fucking awesome. I think it's in the top 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in my opinion. Number 6 is Jurassic World, the most recent one. I don't know why I didn't write
I saw
the
the first one.
subheader. I think I did see that one, so I'll get credit for that. I'm pretty sure I did see it. All right, now the top 5 movies have broken $2 billion.
Jesus.
So it goes from the Jurassic World that made $1.6 billion, and it jumps to like the $2.1 billion mark in the top 5. So number 5 is Avengers Infinity War. It broke $2 billion. That's insane. I saw that one in theaters as well.
Yeah,
several times.
Yeah, me too. I saw.
We went to go see it.
I think I saw it like 4 times.
Yeah, we saw it in IMAX at 2 a.m. We got out of the movie theater at like 6 a.m. We're like, what the fuck was that? Heartbroken. Number 4 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I did see that one.
Yeah, me too.
I did not see it.
I got credit for that. Another movie that came out back in the 90s, or I think it was like 1999, Titanic, has $2.1 billion at the global box office. I saw that one as well. Did you see that?
No.
You mean The Perfect Storm? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
I was too young for watching them.
Because I saw The Perfect Storm with Mark Wahlberg.
Number 2, can you all guess what the number 2 movie is?
Avatar.
Yeah. So it jumps like this. Titanic had $2.1 billion in global box office revenue. Avatar 2 jumped up to $2.7 billion, which includes the 3D release, the re-release, and
Avatar
the standard
with
viewing.
like the
blue people.
The blue people,
I did
yeah.
see that.
And yet there's still 5 more movies coming, like in the next 20 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's working on all of them back to back so they can release one every year. But yeah, it's stupid.
And what's interesting about the Avatar and like the Marvel thing is that Zoe Saldana is like a main part of like all these $1 billion movies.
She's in the top. She's in the top 2 movies of all time as far as like the box office is. She's like one of the most popular like female leads ever, characters ever. Another thing about Avatar is if you've seen Dances with Wolves, you've seen Avatar. If you haven't seen Avatar,
or was it what else? Fern Gully.
Fern Gully. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. And number 1 is Avengers Endgame. That's at $2.73 billion. I did see that one as well. I had not seen Avatar in movie theaters.
Wow.
I did.
Yeah.
I saw it in 3D. When it was like first coming out, it was just like, I think this movie Avatar was specifically made for 3D, and so it was just like great.
Awesome. So before we go into everybody's tallies, does anybody want to change their bets as far as who did what? And if you were playing along with us or listening in and have notably seen more of these movies than we have, please hit us up in the comments. We're curious to see how you all scored on this as well. So I saw 20 movies out of these top 42 movies in theaters.
I saw 26.
Fuck.
24.
Fuck! I was the worst. Oh my god. I was like, fuck. I have Titanic.
I think what carried me was a lot of the Marvel movies that you didn't watch.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Pirates carried me,
and the Fast and Furious ones, because there's some franchises, like I said, like you don't like, whether you like them or not. They're like, you have to go watch them just how bad they are. That's the Fast and Furious franchise for me.
Yeah, 24, man.
I
Second
can't
place.
Fucking believe that shit.
I didn't think I was gonna be that good.
I could have sworn I was like, I still have Alex beat. Fuck.
Nah, man. Johnny Depp, baby.
I thought that was pretty fun. I was curious to see what you all thought, and I'm glad we actually went over this. But we were talking about earlier before the podcast, is that we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago about Mindhunter, how I had gotten like hooked on it. I binged the rest of the season 1 and season 2, but you just said that you got
just
really into it last night.
Just last night.
Last night you got hooked.
I started last night like at 10 p.m. and I didn't go to sleep till 3 a.m. And I didn't want to go to sleep. I just wanted to keep watching it, but I knew I had to wake up to come over here. And also, when you said, "Oh, trying to just don't come early," I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I'll continue watching."
Never said that privately ever.
I was. That sounds.
You want to add a little context?
No, so I was watching Mindhunter before I came over here, and I was in the mid episode. I was like, "Fuck, how much more can I milk it?" No, so I did come early. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really awesome, dude. I fucking love it. Like, I hadn't heard. I seen the title on Netflix, but I didn't hear about it until you guys really talked about it. Fuck it, I tried it. Fucking awesome. I really like it. I'm still in the first season, so I don't want to go into crazy detail, but I've enjoyed everything about it.
Do you know like most of the cases that they're like talking about?
Don't.
No. Okay.
Nah.
So that's pretty good. That I know like certain details about like cases that are happening in the show, so I know where it kind of like ends. But I think it would have been better for me not knowing like who they were talking about, like, or what happened. So I'm really excited.
I mean, there's both sides to it, you know. I would have been like, oh, like I've read about it, like I understand who they're talking about, and so it's cool on both sides. But
yeah,
I like that it has like the main storyline with Holden and Tench, and like they're trying to label the serial killer and all that other stuff, and they're going through interviewing all these serial killers. Was I thought it was going to be like the main premise of the show. It's not spoilers, but like season 2, it really blows up the universe. Like it's like across the United States now. Like it's fucking awesome. But I love that it's kind of like Game of Thrones was when they introduced the White Walkers at the beginning of the season, and then it's just like there's a through line in like every other episode. There's like
with the beginning guy,
with the guy with the weird facial hair. Like you see like his progression as he becomes somebody, and I can't wait for you to wrap that whole catch up to where we're at, and then like realize, oh fuck, this is what was going on this entire time. It's fucking incredible, and I found it super fascinating.
I want to watch it again just to count how many times Tench smokes a cigarette.
yeah,
and then just like see how many packs he goes through the whole series and how much it cost him. Like,
you see,
adjusted for inflation.
When they first introduced Tench, I thought he was just gonna be like a quick bypass of the story, but he's becoming a really
he's my favorite character.
At first, I was like, but yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, just this ability to like be personable, and like Holden's real awkward, and he's just like the cool older cop.
Yeah, experienced.
So also, I don't know if you've seen that Netflix is trying to do release series through weekly episodes instead of dropping all, so you can binge it at the same time.
That fucking pissed me off, dude.
Yeah,
they're trying to
want
copy
to do that, or
they're copying the Disney model that Disney's going to release like the Mandalorian week by week. So you have to use their service to watch the show.
That's why I was bringing it up, because Disney Plus is the new Disney streaming service, as you know. And it's going to drop in November, and a lot of Disney properties on Netflix are going to move over to this thing. So my question was like, what does Netflix have to offer for you not to drop them once this service comes up? Because Disney Plus is going to include Hulu and ESPN plus all the Disney movies, plus all the Fox properties that they own. Like, it's going to be this big thing for like $12 a month, so it's not too bad. You have like hours of entertainment compared to Netflix that has a bunch of things also, but a bunch of things that you just kind of skip over. You're like, I don't know if I want to watch this. Or you said you watched Mindhunter, like you seen the title, but you never clicked on it until.
Yeah. What's going to keep me from from telling my dad, hey, cancel your Netflix subscription, is going to be them restricting the entire season all at once. Like, I hate this week-to-week bullshit. I fucking hate it. If I could just binge it in a day like I did with...
They're just making TV again, basically.
Exactly. Like, what's the fucking point? And then eventually Disney's going to be like, all right, well, now we own everybody, and now we create this new service. It's called cable. And now that's what's going to happen, dude. It's going to be like, oh, now you can get HBO on demand. You can do all this with us. And it's going back in reverse, and it's pissing me off.
Well, a lot of people were talking about like how Netflix is like billions of dollars in debt just because they keep making these new shows, and like they don't make the money back because they're not
being watched.
Not that they're not being watched, but they don't have ads in their service. So it's just like it's all in house. Like, you know, they don't get paid to put ads before things. And they're thinking that Netflix's like a model is to get so big and so like popular that a bigger company has to buy them. So like a Disney or like an Apple. Like instead of Apple making their own like streaming platform, I think they already are like trying to. They could just buy Netflix, and Apple would own Netflix, and that's how they make their money back. So it's kind of like a big possibility that maybe in the future Disney could own Netflix. And I don't know if that's scary or not, whether like Disney can own everything. Because on one hand, everything's all together. You pay one price for like everything, kind of like cable, but you have access to everything that Disney owns, which is gonna be everything.
Which is gonna be everything.
So I don't know. Or do you think it's gonna kill the entertainment industry where like everything just has to be super safe, and like you said, there's like the Chappelle special that was kind of like edgy and like, or like it was just like in your face, and like you're talking about like was it Clerks or
Jay Silent
Bob? Like I don't think they can make this type of movies anymore. So I think it's just gonna be super PC and super like safe because it is Disney. Because there's a lot of things where Deadpool is going to be rated PG-13 instead of rated R, or like it was going to be supposed to be rated R, but then they moved it down to PG-13, and it's just like I don't know. But I'm pretty excited for this service though.
I'm excited for it.
Besides all the shit, but
I just don't like that they're going to limit it week to week. And I understand they're like, well, they want you to watch other things throughout the week on their platform, and that's how they're going to keep people there. But I like this whole like binge mentality. Like,
yeah,
I did it with Stranger Things.
Or maybe they'll do like an upper tier payment thing, where it's like you want it all right now. This is the basic access, would just be that like week to week, and then you pay a little more, you can have it all to binge it all.
I don't think that would work because like it's gonna get pirated right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like the reason why HBO survived with Game of Thrones was because it was week to week, and it wasn't something that you just like end within 2 days of it coming out. Because I'm still like paying for HBO, even though I'm not hardly using it anymore, just because I was like, okay, and like I can watch Game of Thrones whenever I want now. And then when it was going on, I was like, I had to keep it for another extra month because
Euphoria.
No, it's like there's 2 more episodes left in the season, so it's like 2 more weeks, but the month is like 4 weeks long, and I was like, okay, I have to keep it to watch it. But also, like, do you think a week to week thing is better for like discussions of the shows?
The water cooler moments where it's like, oh, did you watch last night's episode?
Because right now we're talking about Mindhunter, and like we finished it, but you haven't, so we can't talk about it like, oh yeah, this is what happened and blah blah blah, because you still have to catch up. But if it was week to week, we could have all been at the same page and like have a better discussion about it.
Or you could also be like, that's not my fucking problem, Alex. You fucking need to catch it the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, because y'all talked about it 2 weeks ago. Come on, I just started it yesterday.
That's true.
But no, I totally I understand what you're saying. I mean because nowadays everything's just everybody's reviewing everything, so that could help that, right?
Yeah,
the content that they're releasing in the specific time for the content creators.
And I hope that Disney can afford to have that surge of people whenever they're like, oh, it's coming out at 8 p.m. on this time. Like, because like when HBO was, I know it was like season 6 and 7 of 5, 6, and 7 of Game of Thrones. Like, if you were trying to watch it live, you were dealing with a bunch of shit where you're like, it would like pause or it would crash, or like it was like too much like server overload or whatever. I don't know the technical terms, but
And
I hope that they can, people consuming the same content. I hope that they can like support that way they can do this week to week thing.
I'm sure they can, just because how big Disney is, and like it's 2 unrelated things, but like the way their parks are set up, where like they can handle a big surge of people like in the summer months and at their parks and stuff, and like everything you see or you hear from like Disney parks is just like, oh, the service is great, everything was seamless. Like, I've never been, so I really don't know, sure. But I've heard like a bunch of like great things about like just how they manage people and like little things they do, and I think they have that same mentality for everything they do.
Or do they just kill the people who are trying to review do the bad reviews? I mean, how big is Disney?
Yeah, they just squash them.
Yeah, those fucking seated towers where they fall down. Some of them just hit the ground.
They go down and then they come back up. It's empty. Like,
Yeah, it's
where did
empty.
everybody go? I was like, no, what? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Disney-
Hey, look, here's a balloon.
Here's Goofy. Fuck, bro.
And just real quick, I just want to go through some shows that are a part of the exclusive Disney Plus originals. It's Star Wars: The Mandalorian. That seems pretty interesting to me, especially with Pedro Pascal.
Prince Dorian, everybody's favorite bisexual. The guy who played Prince Dorian,
The Viper.
Star Wars?
No,
Or
in
what?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal's gonna play
Oh, wow.
the Mandalorian.
Cool.
There's gonna be a live-action Lady and Tramp remake. High School Musical, the series.
High School Musical, the musical.
The series. I'm also excited for the Liz McGuire reboot with Hilary Duff, Dickory Duff.
God damn it.
There's the WandaVision, the Marvel show. There's a Marvel
It's like a
Studios.
sitcom, right?
Yeah, and also Loki and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So all those are gonna be like shows, the part of the Marvel universe. You know, I don't know. I think they can be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe just in the show.
Do you think that the reason why they killed off like the Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, all those Marvel shows that were on Netflix is because they were too violent?
I don't think so.
Because like they just like it gets canceled.
My understanding was that they were canceling them to move them to the Disney Plus service later
They're
on.
way too violent. Like they're actually killing people. Like there's like rules in the Disney contracts when, especially in the MCU, you can't kill anybody. You have to injure them or take them captive. Like you can't really like just.
But
kill
is it
somebody.
depending on rating? Like how they're rated?
I don't know. Those are the rules. Like you've never seen Spider-Man kill anybody or the Hulk murder at someone. Like
Unless they're aliens.
if that,
They
they're
could
just
be-
like
they could be
stunned or whatever.
Or this in that when and it was it Infinity War or Infinity War when the guy gets his arm stuck on the Hulkbuster's like arm and it jets all the way up and then he goes to the force field and like he explodes.
Yeah, and then he came back with a little parachute. You didn't see him in the background? They can't really, like, I mean, those are just, like, grunts, I guess, but, like, you have, like, hardcore murder in, like, The Punisher and in Daredevil, and it just sucks.
Everything's being it's going to be too, like you say, like censored and soft and damn it.
Well, they're also, like, Disney's very left-wing, like, very liberal, very also very conservative at the same time.
They just fucking
They
pay
own
whoever-
ABC.
They just pay whoever like makes them money. So I don't think they're like two one way or the other.
Now they own ABC and they own Fox, so it's like hyper right, hyper left. So insane.
And then keeping on topics of movies real quick, I want to talk about Evelyn Goria's new directorial debut. She's going to direct a movie about Flaming Hot Cheetos. So
Like about what? The story of it? Or?
Just how I was going to be a biopic about the inventor of it. I think his name is Richard
he was like a janitor, right?
Yeah, he was a Richard. He was a janitor at the Frito-Lay factory. His name is Richard Montañez. He was a Frito-Lay janitor and Mexican immigrant who created the Flaming Hot Cheeto snack and became famous within the food industry. And to her credit, Longoria was up against multiple directors for the job, but so impressed producers with her ideas, so they chose her. And the writer of the movie is going to be Louis Koklik, who penned Charlie St. Cloud and October Sky. So they're kind of like, I don't know if you've seen Charlie St. Cloud. It's kind
I've heard of it, but
with Zac Efron. So I wonder I think this movie is going to be like a feel good. I mean, it has to be like a feel good, like immigrant success story. But I just thought it was really interesting how they just picked this certain topic now in the way that the politics are right now, where it's just like real anti-immigrant, especially from our government. So, especially like a Mexican immigrant.
I mean, Evelyn Longoria is from Corpus,
Yeah.
which is a college in Kingsville.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a Kingsville graduate.
she
also
was
like-
Miss Kingsville.
Yeah, she was Miss Kingsville.
holy shit.
Yeah, so shout out to her.
That's cool. They're gonna cast like girls with hairy arms and shit. No, I'm just kidding. And Jordan.
They're all gonna have Cheeto fluffs.
Son of a bitch. I saw an interview about that guy. That's the only thing I know, that he was a janitor and like he came up and shit.
Did they take care of him? Is he like anything at?
Oh yeah, he's like
or whatever?
I think right now
Still a janitor.
he's like a top level executive, but for like the international branch, I think in Mexico. So yeah, he's a executive. Like because he said that like at the time, I think he was 12 years old when he started working in that factory. And that like the CEO at the time was telling the employees, like even the lower level ones, because he was a janitor, like to act like you own the company. Like if you have an idea, bring it to us. Like don't be afraid, and just like take pride in what you do. And that he took that to heart. And like one day that he saw like the Cheeto dust wasn't getting on the Fritos, so he took some home and like was just like experimenting. And then he saw like an elotero, like putting like chile and like lime and stuff. He's like, why don't I just put this and this? And then ended up being a big success.
What?
Have you seen that video of that little girl that's like, I'm gonna review was it Doritos Preparados, and she took a bite and her eye just twitches.
So basically it's the elotero who fucking made Hot Cheetos knives. But yeah, and Hot Cheetos are using a bunch of shit now to this day, like in all the experimental like taste made videos and shit like that. This with Hot Cheetos or that with Hot Cheetos, like it's pretty epic actually. As much as I don't even eat Hot Cheetos. I really care for them.
Not that much anymore, but yeah, that was my breakfast for like a while.
Your thing? I can't do it.
The other day I saw like the tipsy bartender or whatever on what's it called? Yeah, he's dumb. He made a drink. It was like jalapeno tequila, and he's like, all right, we're gonna pour this in this jar, and he's like, and now we're gonna put Takis in it.
No
and so
way.
He put Takis in it, and he shook it. He's like, we're trying to get all the red off of it and all the flavor, and so like he shakes it, and then he finally takes all the Takis out, and then he like, all right, now we're gonna crush some Takis, and we're gonna put a little bit of the sugar on the rim.
Oh
He's like,
God.
he put a crust on the rim, and then he poured the Taki tequila thing, and he was like, ooh, it's a spicy Taki shot. And it was like, Takis. It was like so dumb. And he like drinks it, and I don't know. It looked fucking gross.
Yeah. He has really ridiculous ideas.
Does a line of Takis.
Fuck it.
Speaking of more movies and shit like that, I'm excited for Joker coming out with Joaquin Phoenix. Which one does it come out? I don't know. October?
October 8th or 2nd or something like that.
A lot of the review. Oh my god, I think they're doing like critic reviews or like stuff. A lot of reviews. I don't know if they're ironic or not, because there's some people that were just like, it was super good, and like it was just a new thrill that you've never seen, like
a new side of the Joker.
Yeah, and then people on Twitter that are also like film reviewers were being like, yeah, me and my colleagues just got out, like we just started a riot outside the movie theater and like smashed the car, and like they were just like, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Trolling.
Yeah, but and I followed, like, and I didn't follow them, but I saw, like, I went to the profile and saw that like reviewer for the so and so, or like, so they weren't just people that are just making up shit. But yeah, it seems really interesting and super dark.
Yeah, I was seeing reviews too, not like the other day, and it seems promising. I mean, I liked, as soon as I remember when like it was like a teaser trailer that came out for it, I was like, oh shit, Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. I was excited because Joaquin Phoenix can get pretty dark. You know, he's pretty good at that, being weird and spontaneous and shit. So I'm excited for that.
He hasn't had a better role since the character from Signs.
From Signs.
Signs. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was
his
that
best role?
Well, who was he? He was
The brother.
The brother, right? The one baseball player. Like
Just swing.
Yeah, because I saw like the first teaser, and he just gets beat up by some dudes, and like he's just a clown or whatever, and that was it. Like I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
Yeah, there's some scenes that were kind of like cheesy to me, but I don't know. I guess I just have to wait for it.
Everybody's like, oh, the trailer's fucking awesome. All the trailers look like complete garbage to me.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't watched them because they don't catch
like
my attention.
when he's out of the clown costume, makeup and shit, and it's just him like by himself, just regular person. That looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
To him to portray that, being just a regular human being, who he was.
It doesn't come out for another month. It comes out on October 4th. But the reviews, like I know IGN gave it a 10. They gave it a masterpiece. And they said that it requires multiple viewings because like of his like pathos and ethos and all this like his psychological stuff that he's going through. They're like, well, it can be interpreted in many ways, and that's what the beauty of the movie is, that you can have a conversation. It's like, well, I saw it this way, and well, I saw it that way, and it's just.
Did you see that Tommy was so real of him casting as the Joker? You know Tommy Wiseau, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's trolling, but I don't know with the fucking dude. But it's just him in like Heath Ledger suit and like the makeup and stuff. But it kind of works because he's so fucking crazy. Like, I'm the Joker. What now? Like, he's just real fucking dude. Like, but mock, you know, like, dude. It was kind of disturbing. It was really disturbing. It's fucking good. I need to watch it.
Oh, man. Who else would you cast as a Joker? Like, just off the top.
Just because I saw, like, him in makeup, or somebody photoshopped it with him in makeup. The guy who played Goblin.
William Dafoe.
Yeah, William Dafoe.
I think he would have been perfect.
Looks real sinister. He can play something like that. Like,
and he's his voice too.
Yeah.
Even when he was as the Goblin, he was just talking very like creepy. Yeah, he's perfect.
Like a snake. Yeah. He would be perfect.
Just because I want like a dumb, funny Joker, I think I would just pick like Steve Buscemi.
Huh? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Just real soft spoken. Like, I don't know, man. Or
Crazy Eye Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my friend. I don't like him.
Like I said, I was watching The Dead Don't Die, and Steve Buscemi's in the movie, and he's like a racist farmer, and he has a cap on that says "Make America White Again," like at a diner. And Donald Glover, like the older one, not the younger one. Danny Glover, whatever the distinction is. He's like sitting next to him at the diner, and he's drinking. Steve Buscemi's drinking coffee, and the waitress like, "You want me to take it to go? Like put it in a go cup?" He's like, "No, it's too black for me." And he looks over at Danny Glover. Danny Glover's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I just meant it's too strong." Anyways, I gotta go.
Son of a bitch.
I need to see it, man.
But
What's
yeah,
it on, or what?
I just Pirate King, baby.
Right.
Set up my sails and we'll straight ho.
Real Pirates of the Caribbean over here. Caribbean, whatever you want to say.
Speaking of that, there's a hurricane, Dorian, that just hit the Bahamas. Is it in the Caribbean? Yeah.
In the Korean?
Caribbean.
The Caribbean. Is it in the Johnny Depp? Yeah, it's like in that area. Like, has it already touched land or around the coast of Florida?
Yeah, I think today and tomorrow it's like hitting Florida. It's hitting Florida right now, and then might move up a little bit towards North Carolina or South Carolina. Sorry.
But it's gonna ride that coast, right? It's like the projection of it.
Yeah, but over the last 2 days, it's been sitting over the Bahamas, and it's crazy how it was like a Category 4 hurricane, winds up to like 145 miles per hour, but it was moving at a pace of a mile an hour. So it was just sitting in this one area, just hammering down with rain. And I don't know if you've seen the videos of like there's people in their attic.
I saw that,
and the waves are just coming like up to the top.
Holy shit!
And it's just crazy. And then I think today I saw that 60% of the island that it was parked over is underwater.
Oh my god!
Like they have the map and like the outline of the maps and all the counties and stuff, and then you just see what's underwater and what is it.
So like what I've been seeing is not seeing, but from what we can learn from what's been happening in the past few years is like not only is the heat getting worse, but like everything else is getting just as worse. Like all the weather, the heat, the rain, the cold. Like it gets colder every year. It fucking snowed again here. Like what the fuck? You know, when it first happened a long time ago, we were like, oh my god, it's never gonna happen for another 40 years. Or some shit, but the weather's just getting worse.
Did you see that guy from Florida that was just like he solved how to fight hurricanes? He's like, we have a navy. Why don't we just have the navy put ice in the water? Like they said, it's getting hot, so why don't we just have a navy pour ice in the water? We have an air force. Why don't they just fly the other way, like away from the hurricane, so the winds just disappear?
What the fuck?
And he was being serious too. Like he was being interviewed like at the by the news station. Like they're just like, okay, but I And
Just point your fans at it and make it.
yeah, the whole like shoot your.
Yeah.
I saw memes where it was like everybody evacuating from Florida, and it was like Chuck Norris coming in a car just by
I've seen
himself.
that same one, but it's like everybody evacuating for the storm, me going to rob their houses. Stupid ass shit.
And apparently it's our first ever Category 5 hurricane. Oh, I mean, according to Trump, because he just doesn't pay attention to anything.
It's the first time you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, even though there was like 5, or there was like 3 of them during his presidency. But, you know, whatever. He doesn't pay attention. Unless it hurts him.
I wanted to say, I had to take the Samsung earphones. Remember I told you about the Samsung earphones? I already sent them, right? But I had to take them to the UPS store, and I showed the girl like my fucking label that they sent me to print out, and I gave it to her, and she's like, okay. And she's like, let me just she was gonna type in something, but I remember the word that she said she was gonna type in, like a code started with a P, and in my keyboard, like remembered words, as soon as you type P, Pornhub.com is the first fucking remembered word.
Oh my god!
So like I gave her the phone, but she's like, okay, and she was saying something about a code, dude. And she was typing it in. I was just that's the first thing that came into my head, like, oh fuck. And she like, I don't know if it happened or not, but like she typed it in, whatever, did her thing. I was just like, fuck.
You probably walked away and she's like, fuck this pervert.
Yeah. Fucking Pornhub.com is the first remembered word as soon as you type P.
Everybody knows to use bankbros.com, not Pornhub.
Bang Bros. I never used it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to make up another one. I just thought the one remembered.
Wow.
Yeah. That would have been, I don't know. It happened. You know, fuck it.
What if it was like a porn like scenario where she's like, Pornhub, huh? You know, I have an account on Pornhub, and then you're just like, let's make videos.
No, my girl was there. No.
If it was a porn scenario, your girl would be like,
and she gets mad. She's walking away. You're like, wait.
God damn it. No, none of that.
That's fucking funny. I saw that stupid. I was on Instagram, and I think Andy Cortez liked or retweeted. It was like he retweeted off somebody that put, "If you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live," just like as the tweet.
What the fuck?
And it was like, what the fuck? And so everybody was like retweeting. It had like 280,000 like retweets or likes or whatever.
Speaking of the letter P and pirates and porn, why do you think he has a virus on his phone?
Porn. Android phones. All right, let's just put this out there. Android phones fucking suck, and they have caches. They have different like file systems, file management systems. Like on the iPhone, it's different. You can't get viruses on the iPhone. You can't get viruses on iMacs, on PCs, all that shit. You still get all that crap, pop-up Trojans, all that shit. I'm pretty sure that thing's fucking riddled with.
There's nothing like on my phone that's virus. Like I guarantee it. I take care of my stuff, and it's not that it's just like, oh, like because I download like movies on here, and there's been like one movie that I've downloaded in the past year.
That's all it takes, dog.
Which is the Dead Don't Die, and it was before.
Which is the Dead Don't Die.
And it was before, because okay, for context, like I got a call, from a private number. I got a call from like a 956 number. This is our area code, and I answered. Said hello, nobody was in line. I hung up. They called back later. I didn't answer this time, and then about an hour later, I got a call from my private number, which kind of piqued my interest. So I answered the phone. It was some girl on the other end. She was like, "Hey, who's this?" I was like, "You fucking called me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who are you?" I didn't say that. I just said like, "No, you called me." But you know, it turns out like she's like, "Oh, I'm just returning a missed call." Then I got a call after that. Same thing. Guy was just like, who's this? I was like, I don't know who you are. You called me. He's like, I'm just returning a missed call. So what I think happened is that now that the spoofing is so like not out there, it's just spoofing has just become so readily like available to scammers and stuff that I think they called my number to see if my number was active, so they can have an active number to use when they call other people with the same area code number. Because all these numbers have to come like from somewhere. I'm pretty sure whenever you get a call from a 956 number and you answer, and it's like, your insurance have been whatever. If you call that number back, it would be somebody's phone number. So So I think it's what happened to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was getting phone calls. It was like, if you do not call us back, we will take full legal force against you. It was like, please call us back or your social security number will be deleted. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, and we will use the full strength of the American like justice system to bring you down, to strike you down. All that, like the fucking voicemails were like 40 seconds long and it was just talking. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I blocked all these fucking numbers. I rarely get calls like throughout the day. Every time I get a call that's like a bogus number, I block it on my phone. But dude, and these fucking scammers, or not scammers, but whatever they are, fishers or whatever, are getting so fucking good. Because we got a call to the store the other day, and it was like, hello, my name is Andrew Douglas. And I'm like, I just stayed quiet. Are you there? Hello? And I'm like, yeah. And it was like, oh, I thought I lost you. My name is Andrew Douglas, and I'm calling on behalf of the fire something. We're trying to fundraise for, and I'm like, and I stopped like talking. He's like, are you there? I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. All right. So, blah, blah. And it kept going. But it was so like he was reading off a script, and it was so crisp. And the second I like disengaged with it, or like I was like, or anything, like made any noise, he'd be like, hello, are you there? Like,
see, I got a call like that about a year ago, and the guy was, I think it was a real person, because you could hear like other people in the background, like, and he was just like, yeah, like, we're fundraising for the firefighters, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay. And it's like, oh, so what can I write you down for? Like, $10? I was like, no, like I'm good. It's like, are you sure you don't want to donate for the firefighters? You do a lot for it. Like, just giving me like a script of like why I should do it, and like just not pressuring me, but just being like making me feel bad. He's like, yeah, I could just get your credit card number like right now. Like go ahead. And I was just like, nah.
And people are actually like falling for this. I know my dad fell for it. Like they called him saying that so and so was in trouble. They knew, like, these people knew things about my dad.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, your cousin, whatever, was in trouble. You need to go. I don't know the exact details, but I know he ended up going either buying a money order or a Visa gift card or something, and he was going to go pay off like $200 something, like a fee or a bill, or else they're going to be incarcerated, something like that, or they were not going to release them. And we never saw my cousin again. So I'm just.
That's what happened to my mom. Like they called him, like, hey, so and so's in like trouble. Like their car broke down. Blah blah blah. Like can you send me or like, they called him like, hey, prima, what's going on? Like just in Spanish and everything. Like just they knew a bunch of things like nicknames and like I'm like then she was just freaking out because she's like, how would they know all that? Like.
I've had a bunch. I've had calls like it'll say scam likely and stuff, right? But the only time I've ever had somebody like consistent. This happened over like 6 months, dude, where it was a consistent thing. I had barely gotten this area code 940 that I have from working up north, and somebody kept messaging me and calling me, like different people, different numbers, and they were messaging me, calling me Kyra. They were like, hey Kyra, what's up? How are you doing? And I'm just like, I respond, I'm not Kyra, wrong number. They're like, no, it's me, Alan from wherever, this place, how you doing, Kyra? And I was like, I just put like, dude, you have the wrong number, right? And then somebody would have called me, and then, yeah, is Kyra there? Like asking for Kyra. I'm like, dude, who's Kyra, bro? Like, I'm not Kyra. Like, you have the wrong number. And I would talk to AT&T, like, 'cause I had AT&T at the time, and I would tell them about the thing. And they're like, oh, just don't respond to that. Don't respond to it. Don't respond to it. And I finally stopped responding to it. But I would still get messages like somebody asking for Kyra. And then what tripped me out is like, after those 6 months ended, like 3 years later, I was already back here. I got a random one message. Hey, is Kyra there? Like again. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And I didn't respond to it. Since then, I haven't had any issues. But I was just like, dude, that's the weirdest thing. Like,
yeah. Every once in a while, I get phone calls from like clinics. It's like, hey, Ms. Dolores, just trying to reach out to you, see if you're still available for our appointment. And I leave it go to voicemail. So Ms. Dolores has missed a lot of fucking clinics.
Dude, where's she at though?
My Yahoo account, I use the same like tag name for pretty much everything. So all my emails are the same, except one's on Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, blah blah blah. I've been getting like, oh, renew your OnStar subscription. Thank you for your subscription. Blah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't have an OnStar subscription. It was like, yeah, you own a like Subaru, and I'm like, I don't have a Subaru. And it says like David, it has all my information. David Garza, license plate number, like VN number, like.
What the fuck?
And I guess somebody else used my information because it's not from here. I think it's like Alabama or something like that.
Bama.
See, that's why I just use Gmail. Like, they don't have any viruses. It doesn't like do anything.
I was gonna say I also had an email from Gmail a while back that said thank you for your purchase from like Porcupine Cupcakes, and and I looked it up. It was a store in California, and they had my credit card information on there, but I never saw a transaction on my statement like online. I never saw anything go through, but it was like $67 that it was showing me on my email. Thanks for your purchase, like this, and I had my fucking email account and shit, right? My email address, but it never actually went through on my, like, I guess it was saying like open this. It was like a link to open to like get into or something, but I didn't open it. I was like, nah, I wanted to reflect it first, like, but it didn't.
Yeah, I think that's like if you click the link, it starts running something, or like yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I had another one that was like, your appointment has been confirmed, but it's super general, like vague. And I'm like, and it's like, click here to confirm or change the date or whatever to verify. And I'm like, nah, I put like spam. Like I tagged it as spam.
When I made my email addresses, I'd never put my full name. I put like Fern Gons or like the first 4 letters of my name, just to be sure. Like whenever I get spam email, and it's like, hey, is this Fern Gons? And like instead of my full name, because like on the subject, so like if they know me, they know my full name, of course. Like, you know, something like, and who emails you unless it's like work or a school or something. And like I remember getting an email from one of my friends that I had on my friends list. I guess they got hacked or whatever, and the subject's like, I can't believe you did this.
Yeah.
And it's like, Fern Gons, how could you, like in the preview. So I was just like, oh, like this is probably like a spam, or like they got hacked and they're trying to send out mass emails.
In the past, I would get like, people would get hacked on Facebook and stuff, and this was like when I was still up north and stuff, and I would get messages that like people putting, wow, it would say, wow, I can't believe this is you in the picture. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking canceled. Like, oh shit, what'd I do? What did drunk me do?
I don't know if you've seen this trend. I know you don't have Facebook, right?
Mm-mm.
But it's like you're on Facebook and you're like scrolling, and then it's like just the color wave or whatever. It was like, whoever's doing this whole color thing, your mom's like, oh.
Fuck the bullshit.
It's fucking cool.
That shit's dumb. I just keep going. I'm like, oh, fuck this shit.
And even on Instagram, I saw like, a couple weeks ago that the whole like, you have to like upload the pictures. Like, I don't give Instagram permission to sell my pictures, and
all that bullshit.
That scam, yeah.
And it was like, I think it was just like super like low grade and like grammatical errors on the post, and it's just like
people were just screenshotting it.
Yeah, this is just a legal notice to Instagram that you can't use my pictures. And a bunch of like celebrities fell for it. And it's like,
what kind of also falls for like, or goes in line with this is like people posting about the new Texas laws or whatever.
Oh yeah,
have you seen that? I mean, those are definitely real, but everybody's like posting about it just so you know. You know, it was kind of that type of format. Like, just so you know, Instagram is doing this on this date or whatever. Like, bullshit. How do you feel about that? Real quick, the new Texas laws.
I'm excited because like I remember I have a buddy who listens to all our stuff.
Great shout out to you, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Ecuadorian?
Yes, he is. Just to like add some obscurity to it. But he was like, he's in law enforcement, right? And I was like, oh, I have a monkey ball. You know what a monkey ball is? It's a ball bearing that's wrapped in like paracord, and you can like put it on a finger and you just like smack people with it. You can crack skulls with it, like to protect yourself.
Kind of like
but you can also smack the shit out of yourself, which I've done plenty of times. So I had a monkey ball on my thing, and he was like, yeah, it's illegal. And he's like, if I pulled you over, I'd arrest you for it because it's like a deadly weapon. I'm like, what if I had brass knuckles? He's like, oh yeah, those are super illegal. But not anymore. So I want to.
Been like, well, what about these?
These guns, you can't take these guns. Thanks, Obama.
They're registered, baby.
Yeah, no. Now I'm excited because I want to order off Wish like some titanium like brass knuckles. You never know. Plus, I want to go get my concealed handgun license.
I saw like that the age to buy tobacco is 21. That's cool.
What? They raised it?
Yeah, to 21.
What?
Yeah.
Now I can't send nudes to anybody unless they ask for them, because then I'll get arrested.
Dude, I would have been fucked like 6 years ago. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up.
No, I'm excited. There's a few things that I'm that like especially the protection stuff, which I mean you need now.
I understand that because I was smoking cigarettes at fucking 14, 15. You know what I mean? Because in the skating scene, like I don't know why it's like everybody smokes cigarettes and it got fucked up, right? But like I'm glad that it's becoming the age 21 just to diminish the smoking, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
not to say that I don't smoke, but every now and then I'll have a smoke. But
I think generally like smoking is dying down. Maybe it's going back up because of vaping and stuff, but.
Oh, it's going way back up. Barbara showed me an article. She's like, "Can you believe this shit?" Apparently, like on the first day of school, they had confiscated a bunch of like jewels, a bunch of like this is called the teardrop. It's a vape pen that it looks just like a piece of metal or whatever. They're like, and look at this one. It's a watch, and you take the face off, but it's a vape. And they're like, oh yeah, and he's like, and these cartridges are refillable. One cartridge is equivalent to one pack of cigarettes, and we have kids that are going through like 3 or 4 a day. Like
a pencil.
And I was like, that's fucking insane. They're like, yeah, that it's all over school right now. Like that's like the big fat or whatever, because you can't really like smell it or anything.
Yeah, or it just smells like.
Why does it smell like mango in here?
Yeah, like strawberries.
Yeah,
I don't remember any of the other laws though that changed. It's only like 2 I remember: the breast knuckles and then.
And I think what's it called? I think like those retractable batons. I think those are legal now.
Oh shit!
Which I
and
want.
Then, yeah, the whole nudity thing. Like if you send a nude or whatever.
Yeah,
unsolicited.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I haven't researched much into it, but it's like weed is kind of illegal in Texas now. I mean, hemp is illegal in Texas and CBD, but where they pull you over, if it's under a certain amount, like of weed, like. They're gonna have to take time to go test it, make sure it's hemp and not weed, and that it's not worth like the struggle of like spending all the money on tests and just for like a little bit of amount. Yeah. So you can kind of sort of get away with it. Depends on the cop. Like if he's just like.
Is it CBD or THC you're talking about?
CBD. CBD.
And CBD is non-psychoactive.
Well, that's why that's why it's legal now.
Oh, I thought you said illegal.
Under certain
percentages,
quantities.
Right? Yeah,
like you can't have more than like a gram.
Yeah, and it has to be like hemp, and you can't really tell the difference at the beginning stages of growing the plant or something like that. Like it's just so. I mean, I wouldn't risk it. Like, don't fucking carry weed with you. I mean, I never do. I don't smoke it, so.
Went to Quips and Quotes of all places in McAllen, and it's like this little knick-knack store. They should really just name it like knick-knacks. It's a bunch of bullshit. And they have a CBD counter, like glass counter, whatever. They had frogs that had 100 milligrams of CBD, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's insane. And they had some that were like 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, and they were all the same price too. I'm like, how the fuck do they like know?
Yeah.
Especially like, and they were all edibles, and then they also had like oils and shit like that. But that stuff was more expensive. But like, if you wanted one gummy frog or whatever with 100 CBD, like milligrams of CBD, I'm like, how strong is that? I think
there's a lot of places that are just jumping on the train. And they're just getting whatever they can at the cheapest. So that product is probably like the worst. But I guess I'm trying to find. I'm interested in trying to find like a place where like. They're certified and it's like regulated and like, you know what I mean?
There's a pharmacy by my house, and it's just inside of the expressway. And I think from the moment like it became legal or whatever, like they have a big like sign just that says CBD like on the side, like it takes up the whole side of the building. So I guess that's where you get them.
Maybe so.
Sorry, and then one more thing, interesting thing that happened to me today. I was pumping gas. I went to a gas station to go buy a snack and a Monster, and I'm inside waiting to pay. And I guess they have like video cameras on the pumps, like on all the pumps to pump gas. And the lady at the cashier was just like, "What the fuck?" Like she said, like, "What the fuck?" Like out loud, like. And the other cashier was just like, what's going on? Like, you know, it's like, look at this guy. And like, they're looking up at the screen, and she's like, oh, hell no. And she like runs out to where the 18-wheelers pump their gas or diesel or whatever it is. And the lady's just looking at the screen still. And the guy was paying that before me was like, what's going on? He's like, look. And she puts up at the screen, and the guy's just like half asleep or something, but he's like trying to pump gas, and the gasoline is just like coming out. And it's not even the hole. So the guy's just like spitting gasoline on the floor, just like. and it's like it was like at 11 a.m. like this morning.
And then he's like, I was that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
And like yeah, the lady went out to go like stop on my gas or like help him like put the gas in this truck or whatever, and she comes back like, what the fuck, like this guy's like crazy. And she goes to the back, brings out like this big bag of a sand or like it's kind of like absorbent, yeah, for the gasoline. And I was like, it's probably even that bad and whatever. And I walk out of the gas station, and like, of course the gas station is gonna smell a little bit like gasoline, but it was strong. Like I have a headache right now because of how strong the gasoline smell was. So you know, it could have just been like when oil passing by. Thanks for the sex. And then boom. Pack your bags.
Yeah. Pack your bags.
I'm gonna hit him up. He'll probably be on the next episode.
Cool.
All right, so I guess that does it for us today. Thank you guys for listening to the Laugh and Death podcast. You can find us on YouTube, find us on Instagram at Laugh and Death podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Play, Google Podcast, wherever you find your podcast, we're there. So hit us up. I was Fernie,
Alex,
Dave.
Thank you guys.
And if you think that Fernie has viruses on his phone, give us a like.